I'm representing, by the way, fat dads and mustachioed gentlemen everywhere. I understand that it looks like it says Dode right now with my head in the middle of it.
Dodd. Yeah. There it is.
I was getting more of a U with the but yeah, I get you. Same thing. Dud might be better. Dud. Oh my God. I got you. I got, we had Chinese food last night, and the fortune cookie, it said, this is another episode of Unnecessary Talk with Brian Sturges, and I have that Brian Sturges. I don't want to do any more. That's the intro. What do you need? Follow us? Who cares? I don't follow. I don't even follow. I don't think I follow Josh. I know Josh doesn't follow me. He's got me on that mute. He's got me on that on that conspiracy theory mute thing where it's like, I don't want to hear about it today. I don't want to hear.
Yeah.
Hey, you can follow him if you want. I don't know why you would want to, but you could. I mean, at Josh K. Willis. And, of course, Timothy Hall has been arraigned this morning. I'm waiting for the Bakersfield Times to land on my driveway. I lumber down in my Tony Soprano robe, and I hope there's not an FBI agent just sitting there eating a gabagool and whatnot. So what's up, Willis?
Yeah.
Not sharing.
Hey, I'm getting ready to go back to Greenland.
Yes. Yeah. Is this our final episode with you, or we have next week as the last one, or is this one it?
Yeah, I think I should be around next week. After that, it's anybody's guess.
Yeah. I think that's when Tim Hall is back. So that's our only. We're going to have one crossover where the three of us are there, and then of course you're going to Greenland, not county jail. This is like when someone tells their son, your father's in Afghanistan, but no,
right.
he's in Chico upstate. You know what I mean? Eating off a metal tin. You know.
Yeah. Well, the food's probably better in jail than it is in Greenland.
Yeah. I've never seen a Greenlandian restaurant. Is that?
Yeah. Greenlandic.
Is that the word?
Yeah. They eat like, seal and,
oh my God, poor Harvey Klum. Yeah.
Yeah. Right.
Is that why his face is all messed up? Cannibalism. Yeah. Touched by a rose. What was it?
What's that?
Kissed by a rose. Kissing a rose.
Something like that.
It was the Batman. It was when they really started to make Batman a little on the, let's have nipples, So, what's up with the Greenland? Are you gonna, and you don't, can I be honest with you? You don't send a postcard.
Oh, yeah. It's hard to find a post office in Greenland.
So is it pretty,
yeah.
Is there like three
remote
people?
Yeah.
It's like a town of 80 people, but they're all cousins, but you don't ask questions, but everyone has up on their back.
Right.
I love you.
Yeah. And they all have rifles. So,
they're all flintlock rifles. They're all.
Yeah, right.
They're all. Yeah. You're going to marry your cousin sister's uncle. She's not only does she identify as a man, but she's also your sister mother. So, good luck in the world, and then that person then has to go survive in the world. And then when they're at an AM PM and they flip the hot dog tray because they don't have a fresh kielbasa, you have to think about their life experiences. So what's going to Greenland there? Ice.
Yeah. There's some ice left still.
Thank to you by Signature Brand Refresher. Go to refresh.com/UNT for 5% off. Yeah, I forgot my mug. Whatever.
Yeah. There's still some ice there, and some mountains and glaciers and stuff.
Do you ever drink directly from the water in like some sort of Jeremiah Johnson moment? You scoop your hand down. You also look a little bit like Robert Redford. You really look like everyone. There's a little bit of, it's like you really are, in a good way, the everyman. Like you could be cast lawyer, doctor, child Probably shouldn't say that, but you know exactly what I'm thinking. You know,
Your therapist.
a therapist. Yeah.
Yeah.
You look like a councilman for like
Oh.
on the Canoga Park School Board or something. You know what I mean? But NASA scientists, they still. Now, I thought your favorite President Trump there was going to eliminate these kind of nonsensical programs where.
Yeah. Well, an effort was made. Efforts were made, but NASA hung on pretty good. You know, it's kind of the popular agency in Congress. So everybody wants to. Everybody
wants to be the cool guy going to space. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
What about the ocean? All right. I guess let's start. If we haven't, how can we land on the moon, but cannot get to the bottom of the ocean?
Yeah. Well, you know, you can get there, you just can't get back. That's the problem. You know.
Why not?
Go down there.
James Cameron, some director with a submarine he welded in his garage, went down to see the Titanic.
Yeah. Well, it's not much down there. You know, it's dirt and darkness, and
there's also animals and maybe
dingleberries, right?
Is that where they are? The famous dingleberries of the Pacific?
That's right. That's right. Yeah, I mean, well, you know, like a lot of the stuff raining down on you is just the fish poop, right? You know?
It happens. It happens.
Yeah.
This is like the time I fell in the aquarium in Long Beach. And they didn't attack me, but they just circled and just defecated on me. And the children, like the Japanese children, were like laughing and pointing, and like there's a group of them. I was just like, they look at the stupid white man.
Yeah, well, you know, we flush all our poop into the ocean. It's amazing they don't come onto land, you know, and get us.
Do you poop on the plane?
Theirs, right?
Do you like put your butt out of the B-52?
No. There is a bucket on the plane.
Like an emergency bucket.
Yeah, an emergency bucket.
Is it a 5-gallon bucket?
Yeah, it's a 5-gallon bucket.
Now, is it like a Home Depot or a Lowe's? Let's give a shout out.
Yeah.
What is the preferred bucket that you poo in while in Greenland?
I don't actually know who made it, but it's like a little plastic. You know, it's the size of like an igloo, but with no lid on it, and you put a garbage can in it, a garbage bag in it, and whoever uses it has to clean it out. That's the rule.
Power move.
Exactly.
Morning, as soon as we boarded the plane, right? So one boards and then one deplanes. Why aren't we planing? Why aren't we planing the plane?
Or deboarding, you know?
Yeah. Why? Yeah. You know, again, this is why English is the one of the world's languages.
Languages.
What's that word? Languages. Langui.
Yeah.
Which comes from the Latin tongue stud. Of course, it was
right.
The great Caligula said, "Thou shalt pierce his tongue to pleasure the ladies during this bacchanalia." Yes. Yeah. Rough. By the way, I made a soft pretzel that's too hard. I don't know if you can hear it.
Oh yeah, that came through.
It's been kind of a disappointment, but
it's like now.
I left it in too long, and then I forgot about it for half an hour. And that's the thing about toast. I mean,
that's how you become a dad too, right?
With drinking and laying on top of a woman.
Left it in too long. Sorry.
Oh well, yeah. And as a Catholic, I find that I need to, as they said in the Bible, one must pull out and spray thy load upon the hay.
Sorry, that was my fault. We were doing so good there up until I brought it up. You know, I just couldn't help it. Sorry.
Well, I mean, I like to anyways. Go to Home Depot /UNT for a 5% off poop bucket code. I feel like I would go with a Home Depot bucket because of the orange. Because if the plane crashed, I would want to use the poop bucket as a matter of getting the planes to see me. With a blue one, what if you fall? You're in the water, dipshit. Water's blue. You know what I mean? No one's wearing blue hunting vests. Yeah. So I would go Home Depot. Sorry, Lowe's. Although Lowe's did get Craftsman. They bought that or whatever they did.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
So, now that Sears, now that a fine catalog, which people used to wipe their butt to, that's been 100 years. Many people's homes, they were just a Sears Roebuck home. They just ordered it out of 15 cents. Took 9 years to arrive by boat. Even if you're landlocked, they'd make it work. Got there. Well, I'd like to take a moment now to, as you can imagine, I'm the world's greatest dad. According to
I can see that. Yeah, right. Clearly, look at that little feet. That's adorable.
Yeah. I'm that guy now. And when we were speaking last time, I was in the hospital parking lot. But it's been a week. But I was saying how great the service was at the hospital. It kind of took a little turn on the last day because what I had figured out is that this hospital is kind of like a Monday through Friday hospital. That's just how they plan a work week. And then Saturday morning when I woke up, it was like a ghost town. It was like when college campus, they go home for spring break. It's just like, it's almost scary. Lawn guy.
Oh, I can't hear him at all. Yeah.
He's got the blower outside the window. So it was like, I had merged from the many locks and doors from the nursery, and there was just no one there. And then I didn't plan because the cafeteria was adjusted accordingly, so they didn't have all the stuff that they had before. So I was all upset. So I go, and the lady was like, "Go get me this raisin roll." Will you shut up, sir? Do you please? 3 people are trying to listen to a podcast. So I went out. There was no food, and it was kind of like the day shift of a strip club. Like it was like really empty, and the people working there were like odds and ends. So like on the weekend, like various nurses are just like whatever. So I guess their whole thing is Monday through Friday. So Saturday there was no one there, and the main doctor who went to see us, who was supposed to check in, the lady walked in at 7. She was sleeping. She says, "How is she?" I said, "She's great. She's sleeping. She's great. Have a good day." That was the entire exam. She didn't actually make it completely into the room. Then about 2 hours later, a woman comes in, slightly frazzled. She says, "Okay, it's a beautiful boy." I said, "Okay, whatever, lady. Okay." He's like, "Well, we're gonna go take him to go get circumcised." Now, I took a moment and processed it and wanted to say, "Go ahead," But the lady who heard this immediately like woke up like, "What? Like you kidding me?" And then like this old lady is like taking out her scrap of paper and being like, "Is this not the right baby's room?" I'm like, "Nah." I said, "Are you guys like South Africa? You just cut it off right now." Like, well, and of course you can imagine she was slightly embarrassed. But I just kind of wanted to be like, let her take it. Only if you could just in a perfect world of film it. She's like, "All right, let's do this." So that's when you knew, I couldn't even get my raisin roll. So first off, I don't even get my raisin roll, which has already put me in a mood. And then, now, as you know, we don't discuss race, and we don't identify people by what they look like. If you want to be a banana, you want to be a rhinoceros, you can identify as anything. But a 100% Chinese man came in and said, "Hello, I'm Dr. Shapiro." "I'll be checking your babies today." Now, I'm a white man. I don't know. I'm like the guy who's done bad for everything. I did not stop Asian hate. I did not want to question the doctor. But he don't look like no Shapiro to me. So then I'm like, what sort of Waffle House skank shift is this hospital on this Saturday? 20 minutes later, like, "You're gone. You check out. You don't have to stay the rest of the day." It's like summer school. And it's just like, whatever. We're just killing hours, go home early, whatever. Checking the boxes off, Right. But once a 100% Asian man said, "My name is Dr. Shapiro," we were like, we're gonna go. And we came back. It's been an experience, to say the least.
Yeah.
Went out for that pack at Chesterfield. I came back because I ran out of food. I forgot my wallet. I couldn't make it that far. I actually had to hitch back to Bakersfield. It was so hot, just so hot. And Tim Hall, if you're listening, we know what you did. We know what you did on this trip. We love you. And if you need to talk to one of us about your severe PCP problem, and you talk to Tim, but you don't think that he really does have that temperament of a crazy man. And he's like always practicing to be a serial killer with his long bows and his short bows and his blades and his Jewish throwing stars, right? That's what they are, right, Dr. Shapiro? the little stars of David. He is the Jewish ninja. All right, people. This is it. Yeah, we're not going to go too long because I'm not editing. I'm doing no work. I have, and apologies to anyone. I haven't responded to text messages from a week ago. I haven't even responded to my birthday messages, which was the beginning of May. But I have all these, and I haven't called anybody back. It's been a thing because in addition to bringing home a baby, the in-laws came the next day.
Yeah.
And they've been here for a week, which has been just magical. Just magical. And they're here to help, which means I do more work that they're here by entertaining, cleaning, cooking. My place has kind of become like a Marriott, Yeah. Got little bells. Ding, 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 ding. But it's actually great. They're out here and they're, going to the beach. They're doing an every other day thing. So they don't, because, it's have a vacation for them. So they're like, we'll see the baby tomorrow. We're going to the beach today. They come over and then her dad drinks Bud Light. So I drink a Bud Light out of a bottle like a G.I. Joe guy, like an American. You know what I mean?
Like a G.I. Joe guy.
You know what I mean? I feel like I should have a red hat and some antiquated views on people, The Ralph Lauren collection. It's like, we have a red hat. No. Because I have a bright red hat that I stopped wearing. It says the Wiener Mozart Orchestra. It's the Vienna Mozart Orchestra, but it's a bright red hat. So I'm like, I don't need to get stabbed over the magic flute, That's not what that means, I've also introduced Baby Boo to Chuck Norris. So, the lady's kind of up all night feeding, and then, she's up there now. Once I'm done, I'll have to go babysit.
Yeah.
But that just means I have a baby fall asleep. And then what we do is I've introduced her to the missing in action movies with Chuck Norris. and she's falling asleep to the gunfire. It's really rocking the dad thing, right? I'm in a Barca lounge. I'm in a brown leather Barca lounger, right? I got a Pomeranian at my feet. I got short pants on, Josh. I got a mustache. I'm bald. I got a dad bod. I'm holding a baby. I'm in the suburbs of Bakersfield. A very affluent neighborhood of Bakersfield.
Chuck Norris has been appearing in my social media feed quite a lot. I don't know.
I think I've done it because I've been.
Is that you?
That might be me. This might be when Macaro. I saw the L.A. Gay Pagan Club. I was like, which one of my friends is this? But because I had a Chuck Norris action figure. Don't say doll. I had a Chuck Norris. He had like a little bandana. He'd do like a little racial appropriation kicks, ha! And so I think I have somewhere. I was telling the lady that the next time I go home, I'd like to go through my old toy box,
Yeah.
And I'm starting to get a little nostalgic, like on eBay. Like I had, when the Batman came out, I had the Batman and the Joker, and I'd play in the tub because I had no friends. Then they'd kiss, and I'd work out some issues. And then I found myself on eBay, like looking up garbage pail kids. And there's actually a great, I don't know, whatever you call it, docu show on Netflix called The Toys That Made Us.
Oh yeah, I saw a couple episodes. Yeah,
it's great, right?
Yeah, it is great.
They talk about the business of how, the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, how they were just kind of a joke. It was just, they sat down to write the dumbest thing they could come up with.
Right.
It became, $1 billion industry. Two guys smoking indica in some 2-story piece of crap house in Cleveland or whatever is, billions of dollars. Billions.
You know what I had? I had the FisherPrice phone. You remember that one?
No, what's that?
It was like it was a phone. And okay, this is back in the day when you went like this for the phone, and then it would stop on. I have a text message from Josh Willis. Oh yeah.
Hold on, let's stop the show. Ready whenever you are, sir.
Okay. Oh. Yeah.
I'm ready.
There you go. Are you ready now?
I'm ready. Are you trying to get an earlier start to the early start?
I was just saying whenever you're.
Saw that I was on. You know what I mean? Yeah, I see.
Yeah, exactly.
I see. Did I cut you off? You want to keep going? I don't remember.
So the FisherPrice, the FisherPrice phone. So you would push it, and it had little eyes in the front. They would like look up and down as it rolled. Okay. As a FisherPrice phone.
So what I'm trying to do now is look up FisherPrice phone. I can't find my internet on my phone to look it up so Fisher.
No, I got it. I got it right here. Yeah, and I saw it recently in a toy store.
I've never seen that before.
You never seen that?
I've never seen it.
Oh, yeah, I can't share because you disabled me.
We're doing the cheapest edit you've ever seen.
There you go. That's it. Yeah, that's it.
You get one, $6.26 at Target.
I had the one all the way to the left, the first one there. That's the one I had. And it had a string, and you would pull it. You would walk around, and you would drag it behind you, and you would pull it, and the eyes would go up and down, and then you would pretend to make a phone call. You'd stop somewhere, and you'd pick up the receiver, and you'd say, hello, because that's
the loneliest conversation of one.
Yeah, exactly. And then I would say, uh-huh.
Do you have a sister or are you an only child? Why do I do?
No, I'm an only child. I'm an only
child. Because that is the loneliest thing I've ever heard, right? You know that, right? Like,
and then I would hang up. It was my first mobile phone.
Yeah. A lot of them were prank calls. They're like, oh, come on.
Yeah, right.
I remember the one that was like Fisher-Price, the animal one, where you'd pull the string and it would land on the different.
Oh, yeah.
Like cow goes moo.
Yeah.
I'll also look at this. See, Tim Hall, we don't need you. Look at this. We got this. FisherPrice. Animal puller. Animal farm. Animal thingy? No. Although I did have that.
Yeah.
Oops. Oh, that's the See and Say. Is that what it is?
See and Say. That's it. The See and Say.
See and Say.
Yeah. I can't believe they still make those.
Oh, yeah.
That's it. Yep. That's the one.
Yeah, that's the one. Classic. But you know what I have, too, at home? I think I have... See, I had the original... what do you call that thing? The Star Wars Millennium Falcon.
Oh.
Plastic one. That I got from some kid didn't want it anymore because they didn't think it was going to stick. Star Wars, whatever.
Yeah.
I was wondering if I still have it, but I remember I had a big one. I don't know where it is. It's like classic moms, like we don't like. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Anything that's worth any money, a mother has thrown away.
Well, I had the 1 foot tall action figures of Boba Fett and Darth Vader. And,
what are those now?
Well, when I was in college, I was like, well, all these movies are over. This is all done. Nobody's going to care about these things.
Yeah.
So, I let him go.
Yeah, that's I think I have the Castle of Grayskull from He-Man, Masters of the Universe. And in fact, I know I have a skeleton. When I'm home, I'm going to go through my old toy box and take out and a display in my little dad office here. All of the little toys. Because really nostalgic, but I really went down a line of you don't remember what you have. And I was like, I have things from Hook, and I had what I did, what I always wanted and never got was one of those WWE action figures that was like a plush toy. It was like a pillow.
Oh, I don't remember those.
Yeah, see, my neighbor had all the cool stuff. He had a Guns N' Roses t-shirt, which I was not allowed to have. And he had his own room that they turned the attic. He was like the cool guy.
Yeah.
And I just played with myself. What was I looking up?
Some other.
What was I looking up? Come on.
FisherPrice thing or.
Nope. Tim Hall. Wrangle that tangent. What did I just say we were going to look up?
Yes, actually.
This has been another episode. Okay. That would probably be it. What are they looking up? You're looking up Masters of the Universe?
Yeah, He-Man. He-Man?
He-Man.
The Castle.
Oh, the WWE. Yeah,
WWE.
The WWF, I think it was then.
Yeah.
Stuffed animals, I guess. Well, no. WWF stuffed toys, like pillow toy. So like one of these.
Oh, those are terrifying. I never saw those.
Well, not as an only child, like to have a friend you could hug, slightly humble, erotic outfit. I don't think there's that,
Is a Hulk Hogan there? Yeah.
Now, to show you how progressive I am, that my favorite character was the Junkyard Dog.
Oh.
Remember the Junkyard Dog? Black guy, ripped. He had dog chains around his neck. Probably they symbolize something. I don't want to guess. Junkyard Dog. And I had his action figure. Like, where did these go? You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
Where did they go? The Junkyard Dog.
Oh, I remember that guy. Yeah, I remember that guy. Oh, that's a great one. Yeah.
Yeah, that was. Yeah, these were the. Oh, and what's his name?
Oh, Andre the Giant.
Andre the Giant and the Rowdy Piper.
Rowdy Piper.
He was so rowdy, they named him twice. It was like the band Duran. Couldn't you have just been Duran? Like, we don't need the Duran squared. Well, here we are in the summer months, and while you're gone, what do you do? So when you're over there, what do you like when you go home at 5? What do you do? I mean, I know we all know what a man does in a hotel room when he's alone or away from his wife for 90 days. I don't mean that, but like, how do you wind down in Greenland? Do you just like go ice fishing or like just sit in a hotel room?
Yeah, well, we have a couple days. I mean, when we're working, the thing you do is you look at the weather the next day and you decide where you're going to fly, and how much work you have left to do, and when you think you can move to the next location. So, it's kind of an all day thing. You fly for 6 or 7 hours, and then you.
I mean, when you come home and you unwind, how does one unwind?
There's not a lot of time for that, By the time you do all the stuff you need to do, you got to go to sleep.
In case your boss is listening.
Yeah, exactly. No, but on the off days, we go hiking or, try to catch up on email.
Do they have hookers in Greenland?
Like that. Probably. I haven't been in a big enough town to really, explore.
Like Craigslist Greenland.
Well, I would assume.
Casual encounters. I like to casually meet you and have sex with you. But casually. And not in I don't want to get married or nothing. I just want to casually put it inside of you and then, back and forth.
Yeah.
Well, that's going to be a hell of a trip. Do you feel confident that if the pilot had a heart attack and or Russians, Soviets came down and AK'd, Kalignikov, whatnot, the front and killed the pilot? Would you feel in some sort of Tom Clancy-esque moment you could take the plane?
Oh no, we would all die. Not at all.
You wouldn't even try?
Mean, if they got both pilots, if they got both, there's a co-pilot too. So, if they only got the pilot,
no, they got both
co-pilot
pilots.
Be fine.
It's you 1990s Tila Tequila and gold. Like Walter Houston's gold, or John Houston or Whitney Houston's gold. Houston, Texas, whatever. Oil, black gold, Texas tea. Well, let's see if there's a Craigslist, Greenland, hookers. Do you guys write off prostitutes like the FBI agents did down in Panama? You guys
No, they don't reimburse.
Expense?
They don't reimburse for that.
No?
No.
What's Greenland's food? What they're known? What do they do there? What are they? What is it, a cold haggis?
Well, the big one that I think tourists and stuff eat is there's whale. They eat different kinds of whale.
They eat whale.
Yeah, they eat whale. And they also eat muskox. So there's this kind of this ox, and it looks like it looks like an old mop. These things, they just have Let
me use my
use your muskox.
Musk.
Right. I mean, it looks like if it had a handle, you would definitely clean the floor with it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. People. Yeah. So they hunt muskox there, and
that's hunt it. It's just standing there.
Yeah. Yeah.
One just walks up and shoots it in the back of the head. Is not hunting.
They're not that. No, they're not that fast, or
Yeah, it's like hunting a cow.
Exactly. Right. So yeah, we see some muskox.
You also look like you could be in No Country for Old Men. That's what I mean.
Oh,
right. I can see you as a mayor or a lawyer. Be like, that. God, you got a good look, Willis.
We had some bad business in our town. Some bad business.
But here's a cute picture of a baby muskox.
Oh yeah, there you go.
So cute, so tender, so delicious. Right. Caribou. Right. Now, when I go up to Canada, which is of course international travel, the guy.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, caribou steaks.
Yeah.
I once killed one with my bare hands. I had landed a very large salmon, and the caribou could smell it and came over to me, and he charged me, and I wrestled, and as he kicked and I kicked, and I punched him in the nose, I punched him in the nose, I punched him in the nose, and then he got me in the rib. Right, he got one in,
yeah,
and then I jumped on his back, and I did kind of like one of those UFC moves there, and I just I choked out the caribou. And then I made fun of its mother as it lay dying.
Oh.
And I then slit it open with my Leatherman that I got to cut the cord with. And I haven't had caribou in a while. I didn't think I'd say today. You know what sounds good? You know what? Honey, give me some caribou, will you? Do you think they're at the butcher? Can we order caribou steaks? We're men.
Probably.
We're old men.
Probably.
You got a little bit of scratch.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? Let's order caribou steaks. I still want to order those mugs from that mug place. Adeline's with what's his name there? The non-text returner. The guy who he was like, oh, I can't believe you had a baby. I was like, oh, I thought you watched you watch the podcast every week, buddy. It's funny when unsuccessful people's lies come out, and then you just look at them and say, I think your name tag is still in the car. Okay. There's nothing wrong with that. I have destroyed this pretzel. This is what I'm doing. Oh. I'm sitting here just ripping up an old pretzel and some sort of can't control my hands, you know?
Yeah.
Well, there it is, my friend. I got to tell you, unless you got anything else to say, I don't really, I'm snapping this thing on. I'm doing no production.
How's the dadhood treating you? How's being a papa?
It's fun. She kind of doesn't do much, but eating poop. She's kind of like having a dog you can't lose. Like you can't be like when a golden retriever runs away from home, you're like, I'm out. But, it seems very natural. I mean, I'm old, right? Like if I was 25, but I'm an old man. I was a teacher. I mean, not little babies, but like I'm not worried about holding a baby. It's for me. I'm just treating it like a mammal, which the lady doesn't love. But I'm like, you keep it happy. We went to the doctor to weigh, and she asked me, "What are you feeding?" And I said, I gave it a little bit of Hormel chili last night." And I just love like a pause where a professional has to take a moment and be like, "Okay, this is a joke. Okay, haha." Like,
yeah, right.
Just a little Hormel, but it feels very natural. I mean, I'm an old man. The lady has certainly sucked my soul out of me, so I'm docile now. You should see how fat I am. Oh my God. I came up the stairs and you ever just get that side view of yourself in the mirror when you're like, who's that fat bastard? Man, I got fat, and we're supposed to start our diets though, but we're here. Yeah. And I spent the day watching Chuck Norris movies with the babies on my thing, and I'm on my computer. I need to start again. If anything, today I should return text messages of loved ones who are trying to wish me well, and I'm like, I have a podcast to record. I've had some friends, some really nice friends, write beautiful messages, and I'm like, I'm just, and you know what it is? I'm busy. And a lot of people aren't busy, because I got I have the new baby, I have the in-laws, and and with love, I'm doing all the cooking and the cleaning as I should be while the lady heals, and. I mean, I do it anyway. It's not like this is different. It's just this way I get like double credit for it, even though I was required to do it, as you said.
Right. Yeah. Well, how's she doing? How's the lady?
She's good. A lot of hormones, that postpartum thing. It's what's great is, and also being at my age is, you're a little dead inside and you just don't care. So what's great is when she starts to cry, you're like, it'll be fine. It's hormones. You know what I mean? Like, because it's not about a real thing. She's just crying because of the hormones. It's just like, hey, we need to wrap this up. like I can't just let you sit in there. You can't be crying because you're crying because you feel empty, but you're holding a baby. And of course, it's, I'm there to support, but wrap it up. I keep her in Taco Bell. But I've been eating such garbage with her. It's just, I bought like ice cream sandwiches. And then, when guests are over, you're like, oh, I'll buy all this garbage for them.
Right. It's all for them.
I bought those, what do you call those? Like ice cream cones. They're not snow cones, but they're like, it's like a waffle cone with a chocolate in the bottom, and it has dipped with the nuts.
Yeah. Yeah, I know what those are. Yeah.
They have vanilla, whatever. And the peanuts on top. I've been shoveling 2 of those down a day. Plus, I bought a grill now.
Oh.
Where I'm from? Like you do charcoal. You bought a grill for $36 8 years ago.
Yeah, right.
You hose off the rust and you make it. And but I bought a gas grill, which it's just not the same. You need the cancer. You need the carcinogenic. You need that charcoal burning up and charring the meat for the flavor.
Yeah, some lighter fluid on your.
Yes.
Yeah. Right.
Yes.
Yeah.
But I got the gas grill just for safety. Bakersfield, very dry. And, it's good to use, but I just feel like it's like an outdoor stove. Like it's not the same. But then I'm trying not to stink up. Like I said, we have neighbors and stuff, so I'm not trying to be that guy. But a couple other people have charcoal, but I just, I don't
miss
know.
it, huh?
I do. Because you cook up the hot dog, or whatever. Like that's a good hot dog, but it doesn't have that.
Yeah.
Like you don't get that smell in your nose when you go to sleep and you wake up. You're like all that cancer dust in your nose. I mean, that's where the flavor is.
Yeah.
That'd be like the Whopper, charred broiled, right? Charred broiled.
Yeah.
Char broiled.
Right.
Not charred broiled. Charred broiled. Yeah.
Charred broiled. They add that flavor right at the end, I think.
Oh, okay. So I actually. So I've had 2 instances this week of unpleasantness. I'd like to start off by saying that I had a Karenesque moment, but unintentionally.
Yeah.
So what had happened was, I don't order these things. For coffee, I go to a Korean donut shop. I give them 65 cents and I leave. Right? It's a beautiful exchange. Well, no good deed goes unpunished. The lady in her pregnancy liked the Starbucks Frappuccinos, right?
Yeah.
Because she is pregnant, she needs to get a decaf Frappuccino. Now, I don't want to go in and say the words Frappuccino. I feel ridiculous, right? Look at this mustache. I'll have an espresso, please. That'd be great.
Right, yeah.
So I go to the counter and I said, I would like your Frappuccino with decaf. They said, okay, blah, 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 blah. Now, now keep in mind that I, under the goodness of my loving heart, had stopped to purchase a lady a surprise Frappuccino and buy nothing for myself. A truly beautiful moment, right? So after the guy in front of me takes an hour, right? I'm sitting there, and I get it, and it's all white. And I say to what I would imagine is a college-aged girl, blonde, like in college, has to do the job, but it's better than the job she's doing. But she's got milk all over her apron. You know what I mean? Like you are the life you're living. So I say, excuse me, I don't think this is the right thing. It's usually brown. This thing's all white. She goes, well, that's the triple cream. And she walked away. I took okay. I said, I'm sorry, ma'am. Is there coffee in this? She's like, there's no coffee in there. I said, okay. Now I say these words. Could I pay to add a shot of decaf in this? She goes, I have to remake it all over again, and walks off.
Oh.
So then I pick up this drink and I walk out the door like Charlie Effett Brown with the wrong drink because I have been shamed by a blonde girl. I could kidnap you like that. Not that I would, but I could. So now, then I get a little bit of, I get a little bit of the hard boiledness. And I go back. Now, I was so polite and even offered to pay because all I'm trying to do is bring this drink to the lady.
Yeah, the correct one. Yeah, the correct drink.
So then I go back. Now my eyebrows are up. Right? Now I got the mascot. This is the look. I said, I'd like to exchange this for what I actually ordered. Right?
Yeah.
So she said, what's wrong with it? I said, there's no. So I just said, so then I started to have that Karen moment because she really like humiliated me in front of people because I didn't know that I ordered the wrong thing. But I didn't order the wrong thing because I've come here every week to order the same thing and it comes brown, right?
Yeah.
This is
They
white,
just made it wrong.
right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So then I'm hot because of the way I was spoken to like I was stupid by a girl, which in New York, they forget that the counter is not the fourth wall. I'm sure you're some actress who feels confident that a large woman will not come over there and punch you in the face if you say something.
Right.
So I just said, she was so rude. Like, I'm offering to pay. Like, what do I got to do? I said, is this decaf? I said, well, this is the triple cream. She says, well, we have two types of decaf. We have the one with the coffee in it and one without the coffee. And then now the manager comes over. And I said, what did you say? Well, you said decaf, right? So we didn't put any coffee in it. I said, what do you mean? Well, we have two decaffeinated. We have the decaf coffee and we don't put coffee in it. And then the manager is here. And I said, that's not decaffeinated. You haven't decaffeinated anything. By now, it's like saying this is decaffeinated orange juice. This is decaffeinated chicken salad sandwich.
Yeah. If it never had caffeine in the first place, how could you decaffeinate
it? So now, while I'm speaking, I'm getting a little bit like the butler in The Shining who's speaking to her. And I'm like, she must be corrected, sir. Like I'm getting a little bit like a serial killer now. And then like in the moment, I'm like, God, I'm sure there's some guy with a camera, right? Like,
right.
I'm remaining calm, but I'm explaining to the manager of a Starbucks what decaffeinated means. I said, if you didn't decaffeinate something, there's no decaf. She's like, but we don't understand what you want. What do you want? I said, you see that there? Yeah. I want that with decaf coffee. You want coffee in it? The manager of the Starbucks did not get the fact that there must be coffee in the product to call it decaffeinated.
Yes.
Well,
otherwise it's just something else.
So now I'm having this Karen moment, right? So now, like half of they bring out this milkshake of whipped cream. So if there is a video of this, the button is me walking away with clearly a child's drink of sugar and whipped cream. And I lumber my fat ball, And then they gave me, F you, Starbucks, they gave me a $4 makeup card to say, sorry, my drink was $6, which means they only give a shit 66% of my problem. I bought a $6 drink. We're sorry. Here's $4. Well, so I don't even. And then when she came and gave me the $4, she looked at my eyes like, yeah, it was a moment of just like, yep. Yeah. Like what? Like she could tell like this meant nothing to me, we're in an area where the people dressed in a tie at 8:30 in the morning are the help. The people dressed in the t-shirt and shorts and the flip-flops are the money. Right? You know what I mean? Because, it's like being a car salesman. You're wearing a suit, But the guy who owns the dealerships wearing short pants, smoking a cigar on a Tuesday, right?
Right.
So, obviously our little lady friend didn't understand that. It was just a weird thing. But when she gave me that $4, it was just like, she could tell the look of my eyes. I was just like, okay. Like, I wasn't even upset. I had those dead eyes of like, she knew that she's giving me, right? She knows she's giving me a $4 gift card for a $6 F-up, right? If anything, right? Don't you people go to Starbucks school to be like what decaf is?
Right.
So I can't go back to that Starbucks. I refuse, which is fine because I don't particularly care for Starbucks. So you can eat it. But then yesterday, There is a not so bad, but so, by the way, I don't think I'm wrong because I held it together.
Yeah.
But if I have to explain to the manager of what decaffeinated means, we have a problem in the system. And I'm not going to.
Starbucks.
Yeah. You know what I mean? So,
Yeah.
right. And the lady keeps saying, this stuff happens to you because this is my life. This happens every day. I go to McDonald's. I pull up. It's 10:30. We have the baby in the car. I wasn't really that hungry. The lady I had eaten breakfast. I said, you know what? I'm going to get a Happy Meal for the girl. And then I'll eat the little cheeseburger and the fries because that's all I need. And then we'll get a little toy that we can't give her. She's too young, but we'll like put it in the room or whatever, right? Like a little girl's first Happy Meal. And don't feel free not to not comment on how McDonald's, it wasn't, the baby's not eating it. My fat ass is the one eating it, all right? So I said, I'd like to get the Happy Meal. It's 10:30 on the dot. She's like, we don't have the Happy Meal right now. I said, okay, I'd like a hamburger. We don't have hamburgers right now. They're only doing breakfast. But it's like 10:30. I was like, okay. So I guess I'll have what I don't want. I'll have an egg and cheese, right? I go and I get up to the register and I go, what time are they serving hamburgers? She goes, hamburger? Yeah, hamburger. Hamburger? Yes, ma'am. When do you start serving a hamburger? Hamburger. She's just repeating. Now, she's Hispanic. She's just repeating the word hamburger back to me. And then she starts to panic, right? Hamburger. Hamburger. You don't have hamburgers? Do you have hamburgers? She's like, hamburgers? We have hamburgers. Hamburgers? I just pulled away. The woman at McDonald's does not know what a hamburger is. This is why you're being replaced with machines. Okay? Stop bitching. You're so replaceable because everyone thinks they're so special being a ring out girl. You've already been replaced. I hope, please, people, start looking for other jobs. But if you work at Starbucks, you don't know what decaffeinated means, you work at McDonald's, I would feel that somehow during the training of McDonald's, some key words would be uttered. 1, hamburger. Cheeseburger, fries, chicken McNuggets, fish fillet, hot fudge sundae, apple pie. Everything else is bullshit. Right?
That's right.
So I don't know, but really, people, this is why. And when you're like, now when you go to like Ralph's supermarket and you have to check out yourself now, this is why we're eliminating these people, right? But there's no one there to help you, except usually they have a stocky gal making sure you're not stealing any Beechman's gum, making sure you're scanning that double mint. But this is my life, and I'm trying to be to circle back to trying to be a dad. I'm trying to be calmer and cooler, but these are my activities. Can you imagine there are two people, and the lady starts laughing, just yelling the word hamburger back and forth, and she, to this day, I guarantee you, if I got back in my Buick Regal and I drove from the Bakersfield to McDonald's and asked for a hamburger.
Hamburger?
Am I wrong? Right? Was I wrong in any of these? I just hope there's not like that video where some guy's videoing me. Well, I'm just like, because I was calm, but you know my calm and what people consider scary. There's like a blue line. It's just the New York thing. I just say the thing. You know, I wasn't rude about it, but caffeine, you got to have coffee in it for it to be decaffeinated.
Yeah,
and she's like, how do you want it made? I said these words. I want it made exactly how it's made, but with decaf coffee. She's like, I think we can do it. I was like,
I think we can do that.
I hope you two dumb shits can figure out how to press some water through some beans. You know, I was a barista for like 2 weeks once, like when I was in my early 20s at some.
How'd that work out?
Yeah, I told you. Yeah, the owner was one of these, Jesus believers, you know.
Oh.
And was like, I needed to change my life to Jesus. And I was like, yeah, I'm stealing 6 pounds of cheese. Go after yourself. Wanted for queso recidivism. But now I have a baby, and now I have to. Now I'll have a small daughter who will see all these interactions happen to me.
Yeah.
But yeah. And of course, as they say, as every Chinese doctor named Shapiro says, this is another episode of Unnecessary Talk with Brian Sturges, blah, blah, blah. Brian's Poor Life Choices TV.
Yeah.
It's over. Done. Dodd.